I want to talk to you about DD 2.0, which is a significant upgrade from the first version. So I worked in software since I was 19 years old. I just want you to know I started in 1981 when the IBM PC came out, and I worked for a little shareware company for my best friend's dad. And I did programming. I also did the mailroom because it was in his basement, so I did both. I did a little bit of everything, and it was great. It was the most unbelievably awesome career you could ever have. And then I went over to Microsoft, and I did program management, and I got to build this massive developer ecosystem. And again, it was great. I've loved working in technology because in technology, you have to constantly learn, and it has suited me great up until it didn't. When I hit my 20-year anniversary at Microsoft, I realized that my skills were atrophied. I'd spent the last 10 years building businesses and getting them funded and doing everything internal to keep those businesses alive. Unfortunately, no other company wanted the skills of a person who only knew how to work internal stuff at Microsoft. And so I'm facing this future of obsolescence. Like, what do I do next? And I'm scared. I don't know where to go or what to do, but I do know one thing, and that is I have a good network. And so, and I'm also good at setting goals. So I decided to give myself a year that I would talk to a new person every single week. And so I forced myself to make an appointment with someone I didn't know or with someone I hadn't seen in a while. So every week I talked with someone new. And it was hard for me because I don't like to ask for help. But what was great about it was it turns out, even though I was going to this person for help, most of the time I was able to help them. And so it kind of fed both of those, my desire to help, and also they got to help me as well. But what I learned was I didn't have the skills to go anywhere outside of Microsoft, and I knew I didn't want to stay. And for all of you at Microsoft, I loved my time there, but 20 years, I was definitely ready to move on. I knew that I didn't want to stay there, but when I looked at what all those cool startups, I was this 20-year Microsoft wonk. Nobody staring at 50 years old, nobody wanted me. And I realized that I needed to think differently about my life, think about things that seemed unthinkable to me. And what was good is, you talk to, I told you I talked to people. What that made clear to me is I wasn't alone. And I actually reconnected with a person that I worked with a lot at Microsoft, and we were both in the same situation where we were both kind of feeling obsolete. So ironically, we formed a company where we took the software version of ourselves, which is we take obsolete software and make it new again. And we formed that company, and we had to do everything. And what was hard about it is that we had both spent so much time in Microsoft. You know how you talk about having skills? We didn't. We had none. I mean, we had to learn everything, and it was super humbling. I mean, I had to go talk to everyone. But I'm here to tell you that reinvention is possible, and not only possible, but so exhilarating. I now run marketing and business development for which I am not qualified, but which I do. And the good thing about marketing now is that it actually requires programming. Marketing has become a very technical role. And business development, don't ask me why, because I'm actually not that great at it. But I have a lot of good friends who take pity on me, so that helps. But what I want to say to you is that reinvention is possible. But I want to give you a few points that I learned. And again, These are what I learned. I think that, if you talk to any 10 people, they're all going to tell you something different. But here's my 3 points. So the first is when something seems impossible and you're scared, just think about it. And I never thought it would be possible that I could form my own company. I'd been at Microsoft, I'd been at another little company, but I'd never done it on my own, and I just didn't think I was smart enough. And it turns out, maybe I'm not, but I did it anyway. And it turns out, which leads me to my second point. When you're scared, and I've been scared a lot, reach out to your posse and get help. And I was shocked at how many people, some who I did not know, who were willing to help me. People love helping other people, or most people do. People love helping other people. I know I do. So, by the way, if you want to connect to me, I'm happy to connect, and I'm happy to help you. But there were so many people who were willing to help me. And then the third point, which I will make it again, is it is possible to reinvent yourself. I feel like I am the most average person, and if I can do it, I promise you that every single one of you who I look at you and I know you're smarter and better than me. So again, I feel like if I can do it, it's possible to reinvent yourself. So whether you're like me, reached that middle-aged where no one wants you, and I'm telling you it happens, or you're younger and no one wants you because you don't have experience, think about the impossible and think about what you can do, and again, reach out and get help, which is such a theme for this whole event. So what I'd love for everyone to do right now is if you could find someone in the room that you don't know and introduce yourself, I feel like I will have accomplished my goal with this.